Et yop tout le monde, on se retrouve pour une nouvelle vidéo sur l'épisode 3 de Fontaine. Et je suis en compagnie de Seigneur Zeitanza, toujours. Ça va ma kékik? Ça va ma fille? Désolé si j'ai un peu la voix cassée.
Du coup, justement, je les ai comme monstres dans mes archives.
Bah oui, hein.
Je t'envoie un stream.
Bah oui, mon chat d'amour.
D'ailleurs, là, j'ai terminé le tribunal, moi. Bon, je suis un lit. C'est ultra chiant.
Ah ouais?
Ah, moi, j'ai fait tout en aléatoire, mais c'était chiant. Parce que t'étais obligé de lire et tout.
Oh, ça va être chiant, les abos.
En fait, t'as environ 1 heure de tribunal, en fait.
Quoi?
Comme un vrai tribunal.
1 heure dans le jeu ou 1 heure dans la vraie vie?
Both parties have returned. When last we left off, Mr. Linney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact. Therefore, Lady Farina may continue...
At this stage, let's revisit that scene from Linney's perspective. As the countdown began, he entered the tunnel.
Attends. Alors le compte à rebours commence, il se rend dans le tunnel. Faut que je fasse quoi?
When the flatbed trolley passed,
Il ouvre
he
la boîte,
opened the box
après,
and got into an altercation with
il ouvre
Halsey,
la boîte
which
après
caused
l'arrivée
the
du
loud
chariot,
thud.
et avant d'avoir une alternation avec Halsey qui est à l'origine du bruit sourd. Ouais.
He did not realize that the sound could be heard by everyone in the opera house, which is why he claimed earlier that he could not hear the sound. Finally, he used the vase to knock her out, before making her change clothes to prevent others from recognizing her. At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, having heard that strange noise, and caught Linney red-handed. So Linney proceeded to knock him out too before stuffing him into that box. Afterward, Linney passed the unconscious Halsey to his accomplice through the magic box in the audience stands, before operating the devices such that Cowell's death would be ruled an accident. And there you have it. That's the truth behind.
Does the defendant's side have any objections to Lady Farina's description of the events?
The key to refuting Lady Farina is the order of events. What Linney experienced and what he saw. Seems this won't produce a particularly effective rebuttal. According to Linney, he left via the vent after entering the tunnel. He couldn't have had that altercation with Halsey.
Ouais.
Seems this won't produce a particularly effective rebuttal. Seems this won't produce a particularly effective rebuttal. Seems this won't
Alors, c'est
produce
la
a
robe.
particularly effective rebuttal. Lenny did not take part in the underground altercation. He only witnessed traces of the aftermath. Seems this won't produce a particularly effective rebuttal. Lenny went to the room that contains the Oratrice's core. This is the actual truth.
Attention! Ace Detective Paimon has something to say!
Oh purée, la détective Payman a quelque chose à
When the
dire.
countdown started, Lenny did indeed go into the tunnel. But he immediately used a vent to access the Opera House basement, which is where the underground core... Once he reached that area, he heard a voice in what should have been an empty room. Since he felt something was amiss, he returned immediately. The crime scene had already developed
j'ai
by
pas
the time he
débloqué.
reached the
J'ai
tunnel
pas débloqué
again.
encore.
And in order to complete the magic trick, he did not remain there for any length of time. Finally, he reached the surface, and that was when the accident happened.
T'as pris combien de d'aller à...
Une.
J'en ai pris 2.
C'est bon, je peux quitter?
Enfin, c'est le tribunal avant.
Paimon did it!
In other words, you believe
That's right!
my reason?
If that's the case, assuming that...
Oh.
Well, you, you're saying that he wasn't?
Are you sure we don't need to give this more thought? Are you sure we don't need to give this more That's right! This means that when the crime happened, Lenny had the same clues.
To think you'd use such logic. Well then, if it wasn't Linny who committed the crimes, then who was it?
Le coupable est... Non, je suis à là, moi.
Attends, mais est-ce que t'as fait un duel contre Furina?
Je suis là. Non.
Wesh, wesh, qu'est-ce qui se passe? Wesh, je suis là.
The deceased's name is Cowell. Could there have been a third person? Halsey is the missing person. Could there have been a third? The deceased's name is Cowell.
That can't be right. The killer one!
Oh, is that so? How in...
What I must do next is recreate the truth. What Cowell did, and how he went from would-be... No one entered or left. The deceased's name is Cowell. Halsey's clothing with... The sound we heard may have... Lenny was not in the tunnel at... It would have been tough for both people. Halsey's clothing was in the The deceased's name is Cowell.
Allez, une armée de robots détruits.
No one entered or left the opera house. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal. It would have been tough for both people.
Les gars, ils sont en train de me
It would
faire
have
perdre
been
mon
tough for
cerveau, là.
both. The sound we heard may have come from a. No one entered or left the opera house. Lenny was not in the tunnel at that moment. The deceased's name is Cowell, Lenny's assistant. He would have been able to take. Halsey's clothing was in. Lenny was not in the tunnel at. No one entered or left the op.
Non, par contre, mec. J'ai un problème. Je suis bloqué. Comment a-t-on pu prédire que Lenny serait incoupable d'interférence avec le crime? Je dois trouver des indices avec les objets qu'on a récoltés sur la scène.
The deceased's name is Cowell, Lenny's assistant.
Bah là,
Lenny was not in the tunnel.
Ok.
Au pire, comme solution, ma dernière vidéo.
Du tour de nuit. Ah, c'est bon, j'ai réussi.
What's wrong, Traveler?
Look, since we're at a dead end, why not consider just like the trick at.
If only we knew. Well, that would be nice, but it's not like this is a magic trick.
Attends, et si c'était l'eau?
If the defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Lenny was not in the tunnel at that
Oh putain, je
moment.
dois réfléchir.
The sound we heard may have come. The deceased's name is Cowell. No one entered or left the op.
Non mais des fois c'est logique, Fontaine.
The vase was not broken by.
Bon, allez, j'ai envie de me faire le boss.
Oh, Paimon gets it! It all comes together if Halsey disappeared and Lynette escaped. If there's a zip...
How could a person ever... Magic tricks.
Even so, the truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of. Since Cal was the deceased, but given that we aren't making.
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes.
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear to... Guards!
We are still examining the... We discovered several test tubes of fluid within the notebook in his back. The primordial... The note's contents, all... The notebook has one of these tubes. The notes also state, as such, we...
You've got to be kidding.
Could something so...
Wait a moment. This reminds me of a...
If people can become water, does that mean that the water tank's real... Just a minute. Could that mean...
Demoiselle, wait! What about your partners?
Let's go.
Order! Order! Still, guards, Mr. Linney.
Of course. Thank you. If we uphold this high.
Right! Like the metal hook! That would be... Let's think about this. Cowell's methods must have something to do with that.
Eau de la mer primordiale.
The water from the primordials. Now it seems like the hook rope was not meant for another magic trick. The rope that strung the water tank up was lit. I remember there was some... Lynette was in the magic box. The deceased's name is Cowell. The deceased's name is Cowell. The rope that strung the water tank. The water from the primordial sea. deceased's name is Cow.
Ahem. In the original play, when the magic box containing Halsey was lowered, when the balloon afterward, but
Huh. That does make sense.
That actual. Oh dear. What do I do?
Now, it seems like his notes mention.
On that note, I shall now invite him on stage to...
Thank you, Your Honor. We were just inspecting the luggage of the... and we found...
What?
That can't be.
Oh, I see. Well, how wonderfully comedic to have your own counterattack
on
only
dirait
to come
que
back and
l'arroseur s'est
wound
fait
you.
arroser.
Does this not, my dear? Vinny did not need to take, having made modifications that upon his ultimately, he not now as much as.
Ok les gars.
Am I right?
We've used up all the evidence. Is this the...
oh no. Seems
I believe this is indeed the Now then, my good.
Excuse me, everyone, but I must interject.
Miss, I must...
Oh, come on. I'll show you an amazing trick. One that can bring a young woman who has disappeared back in the... What?
No offense, miss, but...
Come on now, don't be... But once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to them? And wouldn't such a trick... Come on, Lenny and... But, as the magic makers and stars of the show...
I understand.
And voila.
Sorry for the...
Wait, isn't that Halsey? So the whole thing about people
To be clear, I was hiding out. I was just feeling... Where should I begin? Firstly, my name isn't Halsey. It's Lillian, and I'm originally from Mondstadt. I heard that Linny's show was gonna be a real thriller, but I missed the chance to buy a ticket, so that's how I make a living. I steal stuff, but I was noted.
Hey! No wonder you look familiar. Liddy even mentioned that you were pretty scared.
Well, and he even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede, so I played. I wasn't going to. I slipped out.
Are you even hiding?
But I swear, had I known that.
Well, that makes everything pretty clear now.
This time, we need...
Allez, ciao ciao, adieu les monstres. Allez, des robots éliminés. Ouais, pas m'attaquer. Je vais me soigner avant parce que si on
The flower be... Lillian...
T'es rendu à quel niveau?
Je dois réinspecter là, et il y a une fille qui est sortie.
Seems this won't...
Du coup, c'est la fille qui
The strange sound wasn't from a fight. It was Lillian's attempt to break out when she was frightened.
And it's Ace Detective Paimon! Having been selected at her panic only in hearing the commotion, he did not know that mistakenly the two broke with no way of escaping. She knew that
She had already become desperately hungry by the time we were chatting.
at this point, all the...
Bravo!
Now then, Lady Farina, do you wish to speak against the defense's statements? Please answer the...
you...
Ah,
No.
dans les égouts.
I have no further.
Wow.
If there are no objections, then as the Chief Justice of Fontaine, I shall once again repeat the full sequence. The actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, with some modifications to cover up any evidence, while he also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank. Using the fireworks at the end of the performance, he poured the water from... Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door. When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel. If all had gone to plan, realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious, and placed into the magic box. Lillian, according to her own... As for Linny, from this while there is much in Linny and Lily, this case at least...
Bah, je crois que je suis arrivé à la fin. Hein.
Quand t'es arrivé à là, je te conseille d'arrêter de jouer parce que là, j'ai une bonne vidéo.
As such...
Great work, Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Next, how did you find...
Right! Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake.
I suspect that... I'm sure you know...
Speak quickly! Unless you want to earn yourself...
We were supposed to play...
And now that you're planned, therefore you...
Yes, our boss. It can also be... We've been in the...
Je crois que je vais me combattre. Il s'est transformé en haut.
Ah non, non,
And now he can no longer talk.
Such ruthless...
An outrage. All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
genre ça va juste faire en sorte que je vais pas te spoiler.
Oh. On peut enfin sortir?
We're just going back now?
Ouais, mais du coup, le seul problème, c'est que...
That's...
Traveler, Paimon, please wait.
Winnie...
I know you may not want to speak to me right now, but still. Let me... I guess. I didn't approach you with it. As for why, that was how Father, who you might know as the Knave...
The Knave?
That's right. Back when our parents... To survive, I took my sister... To my surprise, before long...
So you went from...
That was how we... But... he would
Mais c'est pas lui, c'est
After one...
l'Archon
I
qui l'a
waited
fait,
on
wesh.
the answer he gave me.
Oh no.
C'est l'Archon.
As far as outsiders are concerned, I managed to fare... All I saw was...
So...
That's right. Father, the House of the Hearth... I was hesitant, but she was also...
Oh... So that...
She has gained permission.
So...
That's right. Today's case has all of us house members. To us orphans...
Bah là, je suis en train de leur discuter.
From small...
It's alright. I just hope you can... If you should need anything at all in the future...
Allez.
Bye, Linny!
Allez, quittez l'opéra, j'y suis presque.
Je quitte l'opéra, je vais arrêter en même temps la vidéo.
Quand je quitte l'opéra, les abos, moi j'arrête ma vidéo.
Ouais, et moi aussi.
Hey there.
J'aurais fait un
What was with the disappearing act you pulled right as the trial ended?
Were you looking for...
Well, this whole thing isn't exactly over, is it? I do... Huh?
l'image du boss que j'ai...
What's wrong, my dear
Ok, c'est
partner?
bon, moi j'ai terminé, c'est bon, j'ai terminé.
Besides! And...
Moi j'ai pas encore terminé.
I see. Sorry.
Don't say that now.
Oh, and we were having so much fun investigating with you, too.
En fait, j'attends vraiment que...
It was like having... Wait.
Huh?
Well, I just... Anyway, it would just be a me...
You don't have to twist...
Oh, wonder...
Alright then.
Du coup, les gars,
En route.
Ciao.
Et bah ma quête est terminée. Je...
Une bonne journée. Et bah, ciao, les gars.
Moi, je vous dis passez une très bonne journée et allez voir aussi les vidéos de Seigneur Zaytonosa et moi je vous dis à la prochaine, à demain.